the opportunities that are all around us in this new year. So we finally gotten out of the slow new year, and we've had some interesting things happening, but we have a full moon coming on Sunday, and it's affecting us already, and it's going to be affecting us all week. It's a very powerful full moon. It's in Leo, which is fire, and it's fixed fire. So it doesn't really want to move a lot, but it's bright, shiny light. It's also your ego, yourself, your inner light, your solar plexus, because the sun is actually the ruler of Leo. So we have the sun and the moon reflects the sun, right? So we have a lot of energy there, but we also have Uranus involved, and Uranus likes change big time. So let's dive in and see what you have that's happening this week and how you can use it. It's actually a very exciting time. My Money Intuition class is starting on Saturday, and I want to invite you to come. The early bird price is good still today. And if you have any questions, if there's anything that you need that you're not certain about, you need some help with something, let me know. Okay? Because what happens is that we have an opportunity right now. I picked this date. I actually wanted it to start in a few weeks. However, I carefully worked with an expert to find the actual auspicious date. So I want you to think about something, because it's not something that I really grasped fully in the past. Everything has a birth date, okay? If you start your business, if you start an event, if you start a class, the day you start, the minute you start, what's happening cosmically imprints it just like your birth chart, just like a natal chart. So what happens is that you get an opportunity to come to the intuition class and do all of these incredible activations and get to practice and really clear out your intuition around these deep emotional things. And what a perfect time to do it. So you're going to see how, as I'm sharing these energies with you, how amazing this is, because what we've done is we're starting basically practically on the full moon in Leo. That's confidence. This is a good thing for your ego. It's letting your light shine. It's being seen. It's being seen means that you attract, but it's also Uranus in Taurus. And Taurus is all about comfort and wealth and earthly possessions and money and relationships and things that are of value. They're both fixed signs, so you're going to have a lot of confusing energy in the next week. Part of you is want to go. Uranus is like, go, impulse, make a change, make it happen. You're going to see things falling apart. You're going to see sudden disruptions. You don't know how it's going to unfold. However, if you're prepared, you can use that energy. You can harness that energy, and instead of it shocking you and you feeling like you've been hit, or that you're standing in the middle of an intersection and everything's whizzing by and you don't know which way to go. So the fixed part of these energies is going to make you want to stand still, and the Uranus energy is going to make you want to go, make a change, disrupt things, awaken, do something different. And all of these energies are very powerful in terms of your self-esteem and what I call your wealth esteem around money. Oop. Forgot to turn on my lights. Thank you. And so now you are going to have, if you come to the Money Intuition class, we start on Saturday. Doesn't matter if you can show up on live or not, but the fact that the class is having a birth date, an imprint on that day, means we are imprinting extremely powerful energies that are going to support you, because it stays with us the whole class. And that is the reason that we're starting this week. Now, what we want to do is realize that we've got these blocks, we've got these fears, we've got ones we know, we've got ones we don't know around wealth or worthiness, our value, our self-worth, how we make money. And that's another thing that's happening right now in the world, is how we make money, how we pay each other, how we work, right? The technology is expanding. So when we have the technology expanding, we have the ability to understand, wow, now that's expansiveness like this. And we have new ways of being paid, new currencies of money, new ways of working. My intuition certification students are looking for ways to reach clients. And there's a lot of opportunity now that we didn't have in the past. Set up a little sign somewhere in a little room that you had to pay for the rent. You don't have to pay for rent now if you want to start a business. You can start online. And there's many different ways of people could pay you. And so this is what's changing for you. So let's take a look at a few things right now, because it's super important that you understand we've got such an opportunity right now to change how we feel about the things we value, including ourselves and our money, and how we have a connection to that current. So one of the things I'm going to teach you in money intuition is currents, flows of currents. There's energy everywhere. Everything is energy. Everything's vibrating. You may not see, sense, or even feel certain vibrations because they're too high or too low. You might feel ones you don't like. And so the good part about this energy is the disruption is going to allow you to let things crumble. You're going to have a way of things are going to fall apart. Anything that maybe was keeping you stuck is going to have a sense of falling apart, have a sense of moving aside. All right. And the idea that you have a lot of opportunity with changing both what you do, how you do it, how you get paid, what you're worth is very profound. And I want you to join this class for a lot of reasons. I want you to break free from feeling stuck. I want you to break free from feeling like you don't have enough, or you're not good enough, or you don't know where the money's going to come from. Everything I've given you already here on my channel. Please subscribe. Please click for notifications. Check out the Money Intuition Breakthrough Series and also the Find the Money and Change Beliefs Masterclass that I did. This is all very powerful stuff that I've been sharing with you. So I hope that at least you will use those and share them. We all need to change this because this is the time when we're moving into dissolving structures. As we move forward, Saturn's going into Pisces. That means structure, restriction, infrastructure of what, who knows, think about globally, is going to start to dissolve. It's going to not have boundaries because Pisces is that, very nebulous. It's wonderful and intuitive, but as far as structure goes, it's very strange. And we're going to have 3 years of dissolving structures. So I can guarantee you right now is an excellent time to figure out who you are, what you're doing, and get rid of this old identity. Your identity is not lack, and your future is not based on what you did in the past, okay? So now we've got really wonderful energies. We're gonna dive a little bit more into them, but I want you to start to think about, wow, what is the opportunity? And this previous life that you had up to this moment, up till this year, is really a previous life. And so there's going to be this sense of wanting to move forward, but wanting to wait, being a big bright light and attracting a lot of attention and being seen. And if you don't have that sense of self and you aren't feeling centered in that, then the change that's happening both this week and moving forward is going to be very difficult. It's going to feel like a struggle. You may feel like, but I can't let go. So another theme right now is obstacles. Where are you blocking yourself? Where are others or things outside of you, where do you perceive they are blocking you? A person, a relationship, a job, limits on money. I can tell you that I've helped clients find money, quote unquote, in so many ways, from so many situations. One lady was getting ready to live on her mother's couch and work as a stock boy or something. She was so down, so depressed, so dejected. Everything in her life had fallen apart, but she didn't see it as an opportunity. You get to see it as an opportunity because it is. And that opportunity is here for you to allow things to fall apart or to be disrupted or to turn in a new direction. The key right now is don't stand still, but don't blast through and think, I'm just going to make a change no matter what the hell. okay? Neither of those are a good idea, but you're going to feel like both of those. So if you can find the center, if you do my work, you're going to activate your light body. You're going to come into the center. You're going to keep creating the space all around you that supports you and your soul's path. So of course, each of us experiences these things differently. However, it's very, very interesting how we have an opportunity to say, oh my gosh, look at this. I can't even begin to understand what's happening or why this is happening. And we also want to receive it, to accept it. You can't get stuck. A fire sign is not staying still, okay? And it can flare up and it can go down, but it's always standing. Fixed fire is a bonfire, okay? This is not, I'm Sagittarius with Leo, but Sagittarius is more like a flash fire, like, woo, let's go, let's do, and then down. But Leo is like, boom, here I am, because it's fixed, okay? And Taurus is fixed, and Uranus, our planet of change and awakening and disruption, thank you so much, just says go, 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 but it's in Taurus, which says no, 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 don't go, okay? So Taurus is a wonderful sign because it's all about your comfort and your money and your wealth and your worthiness, so there's a lot more worthiness there. Lots of energy in this for your self-worth. So you combine that with money and you're going to have an epically awesome experience. Okay, so let's take a look here, and let me share my screen with you, and I'll just show you this quickly. This is the shop. This is where you go sign up. If the payment plans, we've got them from as low as $65 a month. And I do this because I've been there. I went through a bankruptcy and a divorce and I had nothing and I didn't know how I was going to feed my children for a while. I've made millions and I've lost a lot and I've been everywhere in between. And for me, when something was calling my soul and I knew this was the moment and there was just no way I could miss this moment, yet I didn't have the money. I don't want money to stop you. I don't want money to become the obstacle that you use to decide the things in your life. Because the first thing that comes up in people's face is, oh, I can't. And whatever, okay? We discussed this a lot last night. So, you know, this person won't like it if I spend the money. I'm not good with credit and debt. I already have too much debt and all of that. You have to come to a place where you trust that the universe is infinitely abundant, that there's an abundant ways, many, many, many ways for things to come to you, okay? And so we've got bonuses already, Awaken Your 360 Senses, Money and Success, Mind and Belief, Rewiring Audio, and the Shame Cleanse. You got all of those already immediately. These are meditations and video, and you can use them all the time. They're exceptional. We're also going to be doing an Intuition Awakening, Manifesting a Business, Income, or Career special class in a few weeks, and that's part of your bonuses. And I just want to mainly just show you some of the class curriculum here. Money, intuition, poison. We're going to look at the karma and past life wounds and powers that you have. That is what we're doing on Saturday. Then we're looking into money identity, freeing shame and guilt and fear around money and embodying the wealthy you. We're going to look into a power of your money intuition. Those are blocks and poisons. And then we're going to go into your beliefs, discover and transmute your limits to flow. And as you ID the limits and the lack beliefs around your self-worth, your value, asking for money, and then you co-create a new wealth esteem, a whole new idea of who you are. Because you know now, as you get into here, if your intuition is clear and guiding you, hey, there's an opportunity over here. No, you don't want to work for that guy. It's time for you to ask for a raise. It's time for you to leave this relationship. It's time for you to turn around because next to you is your ideal client. This is what I want for you. I've learned to live intuitively, and it has served me incredibly well. In the pandemic, I couldn't believe that I ended up on a beach where I didn't have the limitations that most people had. I could go out into the beach. I could swim every day. I could be in the sun. I didn't have a lot of problems. And we just looked at each other like, wow, we didn't know why we were pushed to move at that time. But as soon as we moved, Chris had a seizure. Couldn't have done it if we hadn't. So living intuitively is the most important thing you can do for yourself, because the world is going to continue to change. There's going to be a lot of ups and downs as we move through the rest of this decade. Then we're going to go into the secret of you're already rich, this field of abundance, that you're fully funded, that in your light body you already have things, and align with that opportunities that are already near you. You're going to change your abilities to perceive things. That's what intuition is. Can you see, sense, and hear it? Are you getting a sensation? Do you have a feeling in your heart? Do you suddenly feel like you should go to this event? Do you feel like you should take a walk? Yesterday, I went outside in the morning, and I live on the beach, so I go for a walk on the beach or a swim every morning, as long as it's good weather. And there's dolphins out here, but I personally have never seen them. And we saw dolphins, and we walked along the beach as they were going. This is epic to me because I'm doing a dolphin retreat in March, and they came into my room the day before, and we were working together, and now they were swimming on my beach. And it was not just, oh, I think I saw one. It was like we saw them, and we walked with them, and we talked with them, and then a flamingo flew by, and beautiful, very rare shells are floating up onto my feet. Yesterday was Imbolc. So happy Imbolc. What that means is that February 1st is celebrated in the Celtic tradition as the goddess Brigid is a triple goddess. She's the goddess of fire and water, but still water, like those waters in a well. And she's the goddess of the start of spring. So we're halfway right now between the winter solstice and the spring equinox. That's a very significant as well, that we're now shifting. The life force is starting to rise in the trees. The little babies are being born. Maybe where you live, the flowers are starting to come up. So this opportunity is, how often could I have seen the dolphins? Something intersected. My intuition told me, go now, do this. My husband's actually the one that saw it. He went, look, there's a dolphin. I go, no way. Yeah. And I was talking to my mom, and we were having a great conversation, and I ran on the beach, and then I lost the connection, and I tried to take some pictures, but they didn't come out. It was an experience that filled me the entire day. So the magic that's around here, it's already here. Are you seeing it? Are you seeing the clients? Are you stepping into it? Are you able to speak up and say, hey, I do this. I think I could help you. Or I charge such and such. Or I really want a job that pays this. Or I want a job that fulfills my soul. Or I want a job that I work from home. I want you to realize whatever you want, whatever you need, whatever you require for your soul's path is already encoded in you. Then we're going to look at what I call money intuition guards, guardians, and guides. This is navigating your intuitive network. Guards would be those blocks, those parts of you that say, no, no, you don't want to be wealthy because in another life you were killed for your wealth and your head was chopped off, and you don't want to ever have that happen again because people kill for money. We're going to learn how to do a money intuition scan and increase your wealth esteem and guidance, so you can have this living in nonstop guidance. And you're going to start to see and perceive abundance even when you don't see it with your head, your eyes. So the biggest block most people have is that if they don't see the money in their bank account, if they have debt, or if they don't know it's coming from like a paycheck or something, then you think you don't have it. You think it's not there. So you don't even open to it. You don't even look for it. You don't even say, oh, I'm ready to receive this. Okay. So there's a lot of really, really amazing things we're going to do. And the Intuition Awakening classes are always beautiful. People just fall in love with each other and we have an amazing time. So I hope I will see you there. Now let's take a look at this full moon energy, and then we will move into our meditation in the next one. So I'm calling this full moon forward because it's that forward movement that we've been feeling finally after everything stopped being retrograde in the beginning of the year. It's releasing us to be not so stuck, not so feeling sluggish. So we have more energy, everything's moving forward, but now we're moving into some very complex energies that are working together in very strange and interesting ways, all right? So keep in mind the full moon's on Sunday. However, you're feeling it already. So I want you to use this big energy to step out, to start something, to move forward from the heart and feel your inner self-love and stability. That Leo is going to bring you that big heart, that courage, that self-confidence standing there like the bonfire. And yet you got to watch out because Uranus likes to upset things, right? Uranus wants change, 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 change. But it's trying to change Earth. So what happens with Earth? Again, that change is like causing an earthquake underneath you. Maybe you don't feel stable. Maybe you don't know which way to go. Maybe you don't know if your job is what you want, or you just lost your job. Well, congratulations. Nothing is bad. Everything's an opportunity. You're being redirected by your soul. So if something's not stable, or if it wobbles, or if it crumbles, or if it changes, you can go back into that self-love. You can stand there like that fixed Leo. And here's the thing, that big sun that Leo is, the moon reflects the sun. And the full moon then reflects more sun. So we have divine feminine, silver goddess, moon energy reflecting this sun that's bigger and bigger and full of that big-hearted fire and playful expressiveness. The full moon is when you harvest things. It's like, oh, okay, we've planted the seeds on the new moon, we've gone through the phases in the month, and now here it is. The goodies and the illumination of what keeps you from stepping into your full sense of self and staying true to your heart's desires is going to be coming more obvious to you. Now, with the reflections of the sun, you can find who you are and who you're hiding from being, or who you are becoming. So most of us are in a transition right now where we are becoming, and we are falling apart. We are deconstructing from who we were, maybe how you work or what you even want to do. Maybe you want to start your own business, but you're afraid to move forward until you know the plan or until you see the money. Maybe you want to come on the dolphin retreat, but you're like, but I don't know if I can get the time off of work, or I can find someone to watch the kids, or if I should spend the money. And all of these things are going to be going back and forth, okay? You're going to feel it. I want to go, I want to do this, I want to make the action, I'm going to do it. And then you're going to feel, well, I should stay here. So you knowing this means that you can not just sit in the intersection, woo, everything's whizzing around me. You can take a step and then look around. And that movement is key. So you must surrender to the movement and the change, and yet you don't want to go crazy. Okay, remember also Leo is the king, right? And the king means you're being asked to be the ruler and the authority of your domain, and you need to do it with strength, sensitivity, and stay in your heart. The moon is reflecting who you are in yourself, okay? Your light and the moon, I should say the sun. The moon is reflecting the sun, and the sun is about yourself, your light, your ego, or your personality. And this is an important part of the human experience. The Leo sun shining on the full moon, not an air sign, sorry, that's an earth sign of expansion and spirituality. Now we have Taurus, earth, sorry. Well, let's say wealth. Okay. And we are in the stage of life here together on this planet where we're waking up that we are all connected. We are one. And yet we need to be more individual than ever. So now you can reclaim your sun can help you reclaim your center, your will, and you can expand that light. You're just huge. You can see further, and you can boldly stand tall and enter your life in this light. You're going to be more seen, and if that triggers things for you, you want to watch out, because being seen is what this is all about, seeing yourself and others seeing you. So the perfect time to do the money work, to do the business work, to decide who you're going to be, and then to move forward into a new way of expressing that. You want to allow the opportunities to be illuminated. You want to be looking out, looking forward, not looking down, and not stuck on anything. Because this energy is going to take anything you've been stuck in and it's going to start to change it. So you're going to feel more energy, creativity, as well as sensitivity. And even though your mind's going to be on fire and full of light, wanting to show you so many ideas, you're going to have this deep sense of stuckness, because Uranus is squaring Leo. So what does that mean? A square typically does ignite action, but it's like somebody blocking you or somebody burning down the store before you get there. And they had your printout for your class, okay? So you want to understand that that idea is big change. And to gracias, it's making a square to Uranus, the planet of change, disruption, and awakening. And that means that you get to make an area in any change that's not working for you, but that you have to look at what's not working for you. Otherwise, you're going to be shocked and you're going to just feel like, what the hell's going on? So we are no longer in a reality where we can keep staying stuck in our busy agenda. Oh, I have this obligation and that obligation, and I got to do these 10 things, and I told this person I'd do that, and I can't let them down, and I can't say no, and I can't change my plans. Well, maybe you need to change. So this change right now might be, you know what? I know I said I could help you every Wednesday, but I no longer can. I'm doing my own thing now, and I don't have the time. It's okay, okay? Where do you need to get unstuck and change direction? Now, it's going to be unfolding for you. Your soul and the universe and the cosmic energies will show this to you. However, if you know this, you can start to go, where do I want to get unstuck? Where am I ready to change direction? And maybe you're feeling it or not feeling it, but you're opening a door for your spirit, your higher self, to speak to you. Okay? The full moon helps you become aware of something because it is reflecting the sun, and you have previous lives that are holding you back. You have future potential lives that are holding you back. Everything exists already right now. And the fact that all of that needs to change is you raising your frequency and vibration so you can perceive more. Again, that's why I'm doing Intuition Awakening. And for you to decide that the part of you that feels you're not worthy, you're not good enough, you can't, you made money, you lost it, or whatever else, or anybody in your life that is standing in your way. So what do you see or sense, or what are you ignoring that is standing in your way? All right. So Leo fire is like it's going to put a big spotlight on something, and you're going to become aware of it, and you need to pay attention. Now, Uranus is probably going to come out of nowhere. Some change is going to come out of nowhere, like a surprise or a sudden dissolution, and it's going to be something your soul and the universe wants you to look at. So remember, everything is an opportunity, even if it's sudden and perhaps a surprise. And there's also another element to Uranus. Excuse me for a second. Just had to get a sip there. Sometimes Uranus is that change no matter what. We have to change, we have to get unstuck, we have to go in a new direction, this is no longer okay, can cause a revolution of sorts. So remember, what you see in the world is also being affected by this. You're being affected by this, and the whole planet and your culture and your country. So don't watch the news, please. However, it's just pure negativity. There, if you want to watch happy news, find a happy news place on YouTube or something. However, that revolution is going to be perhaps around you, and it's going to be asking you to let go and to see where you need to revolt. What does that mean? Revolt, you know, sometimes we say, oh, that's revolting. And that means that's disgusting to me. That is not good for me. That's something that does not resonate for me at all. Okay? And because you cause this revolution, or it's causing this revolution within you and around you, you might see other people revolting against you, saying, no, I'm not doing that anymore. Why are you asking me? And this is why the Leo internal sun is important. So you can stand in your center and say, oh, you know what? You're right. Oh, no, you're right. You're not right. However, I'm ready to change within the habits and the relationships, the job, or whatever. Now, the good part is that Uranus is an awakening planet, and it loves freedom, and it loves to search out new ways to do things. And that means you also have to let go of old ways and old obligations. It's the idea that if you stand still and say, I need to see the money before I take the action or make the decision, it's never going to happen, and you're going to be standing in the intersection getting run over for the rest of your life. Movement has to happen. That's why Intuition Awakening will give you the inner guidance, not just, oh, the 3D world is telling me there's this much debt, there's this much money, there's this person in my way, there's that person who doesn't want me to go, and there's this obligation I made over here. Well, some of those obligations may be falling aside for you. However, why not take action and say, freedom? I'm going to search out, I'm going to start thinking, I'm going to meditate, I'm going to research, I'm going to ponder, I'm going to open to this sun within me and let the sun and the moon reflecting both sides of that masculine, feminine, yin, yang, above, below aspect on new ways that I could make money, new ways that I could find a job, find clients, find my self-worth, talk to my higher self, new places or ways to live. So where you're stuck or embedded in any kind of obligation or agreement of some kind, could be a job, family, something within yourself that no longer serves you, it's a good idea to look for that now, because your soul needs to express this energy of fire, and the full moon is a strong sense of self and a desire for change. Now, you will find obstacles, and this is a time for changing them. The obstacles are internal. They might be fears you have. A lot of what we've been talking about leading up to this money intuition class has been, there's a lot of beliefs and energies within you that you may or may not be, and a lot you're not conscious of, that are coloring your life. They're stopping you from seeing opportunity or stepping into opportunity or believing that opportunity is for you or trusting yourself to follow through on it. So now is a time to say, I don't really want that belief anymore. And time and resources and money and other things that make you may feel like you're stuck and is going to get more excitable. Like, oh, I want it now. And I'm irritated and impulsive, and the desire to move forward at any cost. That desire to move forward at any cost, you want to temper it. So keep going back to your center self and say, wait a minute, I'm the authority, I'm the king, I have everything I need within. And yes, that obstacle's falling away. I think this is time for this obstacle to go. Let's say the obstacle is the perception that you don't have enough money, your spouse has the money, or you have a lot of debt, and yet you have something that you feel called to do. So what do? You don't stand there and say, oh, I can't, there's no way. You have to step into this, because this is movement in a lot of ways. You're not going to avoid the movement. Everybody's going to feel this. So the square makes action or blocks you, and it could burn down your workplace. I don't know. But that Taurus fixed energy, again, is all about comfort, wealth, earthly possessions, money, and it's solid and grounded. And that's where the change is going to happen, despite the fact that it's fixed. And the full moon in Leo is fixed. So this weight energy, this take action energy, the obstacles in front of you looking like looming huge, all you have to do is take one small step and know that the moon and the sun are giving you tons of light to see what's going on. But remember, you're in that freeway, so you got to make a choice, move a little, and see if you like that direction. Remember, if you make a choice or a decision, you can make another choice or a decision. You don't have to say, oh, this decision is the end of the world. You can go the next step, and then you may make a decision that, and I can tell you this happens with money topics a lot. You make a decision to join the class, and then you go into fear, or you make a decision to buy a trip, or you make a decision to buy a $10 thing. I don't know what it is. And then you go into guilt, buyer's remorse. You start doubting yourself. You start thinking, oh, I shouldn't have done that, and what happened, and I need to change it. This is not supporting yourself. When you make a decision, support yourself. That decision could be to turn around and go the other direction. However, you want to make sure that it's your heart and your soul that's directing you, not your fear and the perception of all the blocks you have and the old perception of who you are. So you can always readjust, but I want you to look at new ways to make money and revenue and things that bring you comfort. Receive the pleasures, okay? Now, motion, not big extreme action, even though you can feel it. We're also in a rabbit year, but we're just coming out of the tiger year, which was a lot of action and intensity. So we have a blend of those two. However, what does a rabbit do if it starts to take action? It moves very, very, very quickly. You cannot catch it. And it goes back and forth in different directions. It knows how to change its direction to keep whatever it feels is chasing it, whatever fear it's running from catching it. So you might have that, but it's also that comfort, that home, that little den, and the fertility of you producing so much. So remember that you're going to move quickly and that you can dodge the boulders as they're falling down and things are falling apart and the avalanche is happening. You can take that rabbit and pop back and forth and this and that, but you want to make sure you don't bolt into the jaws of some big predator, something that you really will regret. So this is the reason I picked this date for the Money Intuition class, because big changes in how you work, what you do, different ways of being paid, obstacles are going to appear and suddenly disappear, and it's all an opportunity. Make sure that you stay in that space and you remember it's all an opportunity. Okay? That's what we're doing for the next week. And you can, I'm doing these on Thursday so that you have a little bit of ahead time, right? This is what's happening this coming week, right? So we don't have the full moon, but it's already affecting us and it's going to keep going. All right. So I will see you in a moment for the meditation, and let me know if there's anything I can serve, anything I can do for you. Namaste.